The boys stayed hot last week. Okay, off to this next game. Chiefs at Vikings going over to Minnesota. The roaring Minnesota. Now that the
Oh yeah,
Twins
what a
are
game this will be.
well, now that the Twins are playing unreal, maybe the Vikings are going to have that home field effect. 4.5 is the line. The Vikings are at 4.5 underdogs. 53 is the over under in this one. What do you think here? Because I've heard some people that are leaning Vikings covering here. What do you think?
What's the line again?
4.5 underdogs for Vikings.
Hmm. I'll take the Chiefs to beat that. I'll take the Chiefs to cover.
Okay. This game's interesting. I'm not particularly on one side or the other. I do think that the Chiefs have to figure something out, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went and grabbed a receiver within the next 3-4 weeks. Or
Yeah,
what is
they
what's
can
it,
they
week
can
five?
take JuJu
The next
back.
three. Yo, please take Juju.
If
We'd
they
pay
want
him.
JuJu
I'd
back,
pay
they can
him to
have
take
him.
him. But no, I could really see them grabbing a receiver because it seems like they haven't. They're making up for losing
No, I
Tyreek.
agree.
It's
I
it's
agree.
worked. It's worked
I
at
agree.
times. Now that Kelsey is aging in a little bit and maybe
Yeah.
not going to be as willing to put his body on the line.
Yeah, it feels like it's gotten to the point where it feels like the Colts did in like 2010 when Dallas Clark was older and like Marvin Harrison was already gone for a couple of years, and they kind of like they patched it together with like Reggie. Don't get me wrong, the Chiefs don't have a Reggie Wayne,
Mhm.
but it's starting to feel like that where the offense it's not getting stale, but it's getting a little predictable. It's getting a
Yes.
little bit
No,
predictable.
that's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point. I mean, and just think about it. I don't know what it takes at this point. Maybe a first and an extra second. Who knows for Devonte Adams, or someone of that sort. You add Devonte Adams to this team, they go from oh, the Chiefs still like that to there's why even play out the rest of the year. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like, but yeah. So this game's interesting in particular. I'm not going to touch any lines here. I'm just going to say Chiefs are going to win this game. I don't feel particularly great.
I think the
Um,
Chiefs had a good lesson learning win last week against the Jets, where it was
yeah,
like,
I mean, and
well, Mahomes
yeah,
really in particular, really Mahomes.
yeah. I mean,
He
you
didn't
need to
play
get
well.
humbled occasionally, and that
Yeah,
was a good humbling. And then he comes back against what should be a dreadful Vikings defense. So I mean, I could see him putting
he
up some
should rip them
numbers.
apart this
Yeah.
week. If they don't rip them
Yeah.
apart, then your point of needing a receiver, which I agree with 100%, it becomes even more amplified. If they're not
Yeah.
able to rip apart the Vikings defense, that stinks. Then
Yeah.
it's like, damn, we
Yep.
really need a receiver in here.
Okay. Next game, Texans Falcons. I actually like this game. This is a game that I think the Texans. I think they're good.
I think the
I like
Texans
what
win
they
again.
got.
I think the Texans win again.
And
Mostly
yeah,
because I think Atlanta stinks. I think
you
Atlanta
don't like Atlanta?
is
I
really
was gonna
bad.
say I think Atlanta's solid.
I'm not a fan of them.
I think the biggest thing there is that um you got to figure out quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think number two is like if they had, I don't know. I think they're a team that's very close to being a dangerous team. I think
Well, they could
if
be a quarterback away.
oh my god,
They
yeah.
could be
I mean,
that
I
team.
think
Yeah.
if they move around some, and I think they have to keep Kyle Pitts though in order for that to happen because he is a type of guy that could be the generational talent to a
Kyle Pitts
dynasty.
is nasty, and
Yeah,
they
I mean,
don't use him.
exactly. Unless are we wrong? Is he not good? I don't know. I
No,
mean, who knows?
no,
Like,
because you literally see plays where he's open by 5, 10 yards, and they don't
yeah,
get him the ball. So
yeah,
if you put
agreed.
Kirk Cousins, if you put a guy like Kirk Cousins on Atlanta, Kyle Pitts would be getting 1,000 yard seasons.
I mean, you know what? It just works so beautifully to like. Ready? You ready for this one? Shadur Sanders.
Wow.
Somehow they convince him to go to the draft this year and leave his best friend Travis Hunter at Colorado. Going to Atlanta, following in your father's footsteps, and being the quarterback of a team that has
Mm-hmm.
two, three good running backs, including Cordero Patterson,
Right.
who's and everything. They call him a joker. That's his position title.
Right.
You've got Drake London. You've got I mean, you got some good guys. Matt Collins. They've
Right.
got some good guys. You got Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, who looks like the Jonnu Smith that we expected the Patriots to get. Um, and the defense, they added pieces. Jesse Bates is great. I think if you go ahead and you grab a quarterback like that in the draft, that could be nice. Whether it's him, whether it's a Drake May, whether it's any other quarterback that's expected to go in. This is one of the best draft classes for quarterbacks
This is
that
a
we've ever seen.
phenomenal. This is a phenomenal draft.
Exactly. You
draft
take your
class for
pick at
quarterbacks,
that.
which makes me
Yeah.
think too. I love the theory, and I think it would be unreal if Shador ended up with Atlanta. I think he needs another year. I think that would help him a lot.
I think I think logistically, I don't think he leaves because him and Travis Hunter have done everything together so
Right.
far.
Right.
To leave Travis Hunter in college with a different quarterback, I can't see it happening. But the storyline would be great.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome, especially as you said, the team that drafted his dad, and
Yeah.
how
Well,
cool
yeah,
that would be. So
yeah. Well, what they could do is, I mean, I think from the Falcons standpoint, I think they got to grab a pass rusher. You grab a pass rusher, and then you get a bridge quarterback for a year. See where that takes you, and then you work. I mean, maybe you grab Jimmy G as the bridge guy.
oh my god, oh my god.
Who knows what's happening anymore?
Maybe
I
you get
mean,
Mac
maybe.
as your bridge
Well,
guy.
what if the Bears have the first and second overall pick? And all right, wait, I do want to touch on this for a second. I think there's a chance here that everyone's killing the Bears here, right? Okay. I think there's a chance that next year they win their division. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds insane, but if they could figure out everything that's happening with the coaching staff and
Would you
that locker room,
stop with the
Ben,
Bears? Would
Ben,
you
Ben, but you got
stop?
let's just
Who's the
hear me out.
quarterback? Who's the quarterback next year?
I
Who's the
got you. I
quarterback?
got you. You ready? All
Is
right.
it going to be Caleb and then Marvin Harrison Jr.? Is that your?
Just wait. Just wait. Ready?
Okay. Okay.
They have a solid roster, right? This O line needs a little bit of improvement for sure. That's something you could
A
do with all that.
little.
It's something you could do with draft capital. All right, I'm confident that you can do some moving around.
Jesus.
You work on that O line. All right. This rushing attack is not bad. I think Rashawn Johnson is going to be decent. I think Khalil Herbert's solid.
It needs
That's
to be
not
better. It needs to be better.
Of course, but I think some of that's O line. All right, I
agree.
think that's
I would
not the
agree with
biggest
that.
need. Receiver, listen, you get what's his name out of there. You get Claypool out of there. DJ Moore's good.
horrible.
You
DJ Moore's great. I would say that DJ Moore is great.
Cole Kmet is a serviceable tight end, if not more. And then this defense has some playmakers. It's definitely young and it's definitely unexperienced. Let me say something real quick though. Like you just said, I think the Bears, with the first and second overall pick, they can go ahead and draft Caleb Williams. They can draft Marvin Harrison. Now you automatically
Junior.
have
Marvin Harrison.
Junior, obviously, and Marvin Harrison.
Not 50,
comes
not
out of
50-year-old Marvin.
comes out of retirement. No, but you
Well,
can you can
you know who else would come out of retirement if that were the case?
who, the sheriff?
The sheriff.
Keep that sheriff keep him in the holster. keep the sheriff in the holster. No, so I think if they go ahead and they do that, you get not only one of the best quarterbacks we've seen coming out of college. In my opinion, I think he's more touted than Andrew Luck. I mean, just the amount of hype he's been getting. I think it's possible, Ben.
I think people like the flashiness of Caleb Williams more than Andrew Luck.
Well,
But I've
yeah,
never in our lifetime, I've even more than Trevor Lawrence. We've never seen a more for sure will be a great quarterback than Andrew Luck. He was mini John Elway / Peyton Manning when he was at Stanford. There was no way that he was going to bust out. There was no chance. So for that reason, I would go with Andrew Luck.
Yeah, so I he's definitely up there, if not, but one of the things here is you go ahead, you get that quarterback, okay? Now you have the receiver to pair with him. What we were just saying before with the Patriots, when we were talking about the Patriots, you get a number one receiver, a bona fide number one receiver, that can make or break a quarterback nowadays.
Right.
You get that, you pair him with another great receiver in DJ Moore, and you pair him with Cole Kmet and a decent rush attack. That offense, I'd say,
it's a good offense. It's a good offense.
It's a good offense. Now all you do is you work on that defense a little bit. I think that's a team that could make that type of Eagles. I guess they're more so comparable to the Bengals jump that it would have been.
I understand the rationale.
I think more so. Sorry, I think more so than the organization or the roster wise is the issue. Plus, on top of it, I forgot to mention, you could trade Justin Fields for picks, whether it's like high picks or not. You could trade him for some picks.
It'll be like a fourth.
But what I'm thinking is the biggest thing here is it's not in the player personnel. It's in the climate and the culture of that organization. If they could solve that, I think the pieces can fall into place with the way that it's panning out for them.
Who do you bring in to coach if you do that?
I mean, I saw someone throw out a scenario where they did all that stuff and then they got they brought in Harbaugh from Michigan, which I don't even know if you do it, but I mean you get Caleb, Marvin, and Harbaugh, you're definitely going to be looking much better. Okay, well, enough with the fantasy land, but we'll touch on that at another point. This Texans Falcons game again.
I
I
forgot
think
we were
this is very
talking about
interesting.
this
I know
game.
completely. It's so far away. I'm gonna go. We'll blaze through the rest of these. I think that the Texans are gonna win this game just because I don't think the Falcons' offense can keep up at the moment. I like what the Texans are doing, man. I really like it. I think
Yeah,
plus 1.5 is
got to
great.
credit to Miko.
Yeah, I 1.5 is great. He's my if I'm not missing anyone just off the top of my head, he's probably my coach of the year as of right now,
I
just
don't
for
think
what
that's
he's working with,
debatable.
right?
Maybe Dan Campbell.
I was gonna say Dan Campbell, and I was gonna say if the Dolphins get back on track, maybe Mike McDaniel's as well. But
Yeah,
yes, 100.
yeah.
percent Who do you like in this game?
Gonna go with Houston. They for some reason or another, one reason or another, they got it going right now, and they're in a good rhythm. And I mean, obviously CJ Stroud's gonna have that game like any young quarterback would, where it's like, welcome to the NFL, young man.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but I just don't see this opponent being that team that does it to him. I'd be shocked if this is the team that finally does that to him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Houston.
All right. Thrive Fantasy, the proud partners of the Jags, the Chargers, but now most importantly, Tipsy Tailgate Media. So go ahead, head over to the
Obviously,
link in our bio. Easily the biggest option
obviously.
there. Go ahead, head to the link in our bio below or thrivefantasy.com and use promo code Tipsy when you sign up. You're going to want to deposit at least $25 into your account, and the lovely people over at Thrive are going to match that 100%. In fact, they're going to match any deposit up to $250 100%. So go ahead, place as much as you want in there with a minimum of 25 and deposit it using promo code Tipsy. As I said, you're going to place a bet on the NFL, the MLB. There's postseason going on as well, Week 5 NFL, whatever you're feeling the mood for, go ahead, place a bet on that. They give out some of the best payouts in the entire industry. And if you sign up, deposit $25, place your $50 bet thanks to Thrive, and you lose, you can move on with your day knowing that you did Tipsy and your boys at Tipsy a favor. Now, if you do win, then I feel like, at least our experience, we've had a great time with Thrive. So you can go and you can keep playing. But the biggest thing to know is you're going to want to go and head over to Tipsy Tailgate Media at Instagram. Go ahead and DM us with proof that you placed that $25 bet using code Tipsy before October 15th to enter into a cash giveaway. $150 going to be given out over on a giveaway based on the many people that are DMing us on Tipsy Tailgate Media. So go ahead and head over there. Thrive is live in the available states listed in the description. So go out and check the link in our bio and enjoy the show because, listen, we're having a great time hosting you guys. So, we appreciate any support or help that you can go ahead and give us. So thanks to Thrive. And without further ado, let's get into Week 5 NFL. The boys stayed hot last week. Benny had a good slate. I went 5-1 on picks. We've just been really hot this year. I mean, the picks have been